Welcome to the fourth day of the Virtual Youth Climate Summit 2020. I'm Hannah, one of the youth ambassadors from Glasgow. We hope you've enjoyed it so far and have learnt lots and have thought about some meaningful pledges you can take away. Today we have a whole day of learning about fashion and consumption and how we can work to make them more sustainable. We hope you enjoy. Here's today's pledge. I will only buy what I need and secondhand when I can. Over the course of the day, you will find out about the problems surrounding our love of stuff and what we can do to reduce the negative impact on people and the planet. Today, we're focusing on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. The United Nations is an international organization that works to maintain international peace and develop friendly relations between different nations. In 2015, the UN created the Sustainable Development Goals. They are designed as a set of goals to help us achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. What do you think responsible consumption and production might mean? I'll give you 2 minutes to discuss your thoughts with your teacher. I hope you had lots of good ideas. Watch the video on the next slide on Sustainable Development Goal number 12. As you watch it, cross off the words that you hear. You can do this on your own, in pairs, or as a whole class. For this activity, you'll need the worksheet that was sent out to your teacher ahead of today.
Everyone deserves to live in a world where we produce just enough of what we need and reuse the stuff that we don't, so that our streets are kept clean and our green spaces stay green. There are ways for us to cut down on consumption, the stuff that we use, in order to cut down on production, the stuff that we make. For example, if people take the bus to work instead of everyone driving their cars, that will reduce the need to produce more vehicles and use more gas. If we recycle the plastic packaging that our food comes in and use it to make new things, like clothes or art, that stops plastics from being dumped in the sea, where it can make life difficult for sea life. But demand for things is rising. With more and more people living on Earth, we're producing more cars and more gas than ever before, and more plastic packaging, which has to go somewhere, whether that's in the ocean or landfills, which leak dangerous liquids into the water system. But good people everywhere are working hard to help us cut down on the things that we make, the things we use, and the things we throw away. Students are taking part in recycling projects, changing the way they think about waste by reusing it to create new things. Grown-ups are swapping diesel and gas-powered cars for more eco-friendly electric vehicles, which are much better for the environment. And others are helping put a stop to food waste by collecting leftover foods from hotels and restaurants and giving it to people who need it most. When everyone has enough of what they need and not too much of what they don't, our world will be a cleaner, fairer place.
What problems were mentioned in the video to do with consumption and production? I'll give you 4 minutes to discuss your thoughts with your teacher. What words did you hear? Were there any that you didn't hear? Let's look at 6 of the words a little more. These are the 6 R's of sustainability. They help us to think about ways we can live more sustainably. Which ones are familiar to you? Are there any you haven't heard of before? What do you think they might mean? Watch the video on the next slide on how to take action for Goal 12. As you watch, think about how the 6 R's are being used to solve problems.
We are all consumers. We buy things, we use things, and we throw things away. We consume way more stuff than we did 50 years ago, so making sure that we buy and use things responsibly is important for the survival of our planet. And there are lots of things you can do to help. Recycling is a great way to start. That's what kids from Paraguay did. The children come from a town of Quatura, which is located on the edge of a huge landfill where garbage is dumped every day. But with the help of local musician Fabio Chavez, the kids of Quatura are finding new ways to make use of the trash by turning it into musical instruments. In doing so, they don't only get to spend time with their friends making beautiful music, but help to reduce waste, which is good for the people of Quatura, but also for the earth. How can you reuse waste where you live? Coming together to call for change is also something you can do. It's what the 10-year-old student at Oxley Park Academy in the UK did. They were concerned that too many people used, then threw away plastic straws, which don't break down over time and not only pollute the planet, but also harm wildlife. So the students created a campaign to have plastic straws banned. They produced an amazing video containing lots of important information and started a petition. Because when 10,000 people sign, the issue will be debated in Parliament. Campaigns help to raise awareness of a problem, and when lots of people can come together, it can lead to real positive change. Can you start a campaign to change people's habits where you live? There is no one solution to responsible consumption and production, but there is something each of us can do to help make our world a better place. What action can you take right now?
How are the 6 R's being used to solve problems? I'll give you 4 minutes to discuss your thoughts with your teacher. Can you think of ways to use the 6 R's in your school? We'll leave you to think about this and spend time discussing the question with your class later on. Why not display all of your ideas on a class 6 R's pledge board? That way you can take action on the Sustainable Development Goal 12 together. You can use it as a reminder to use the 6 R's of sustainability every day. So today you'll be hearing from lots of different organisations on the problems and solutions surrounding the Sustainable Development Goal number 12. They will tell you about the work they are doing to make positive change in our system of consumption and hopefully offer you inspiration to make change yourself. Thank you very much for your time and participation. We wish you a fun, educational and inspiring day.